Lastly, what would you recommend as far as quality content goes? I've been purchasing from Textbroker, but I'm worried the articles may be spun or may be reused after I publish them. Thanks. Yeah, for money site content, I have, some pretty good paid writers that I use. If it's a lead gen site, then yeah, I'll use a content farm because I don't care. It's a lead gen site. For like big money sites or for client sites, then I have a U.S. based and an English, a UK based writers that I use for like money site content, and I'll pay somewhere around like $40 for a 1,000 word article. So what is that, like 4 cents per word or something, which actually is not a bad price. But that's high quality, like top tier content, which actually, like I said, is a really good price. But if you're doing like lead gen sites and stuff, then you can get away with using content farms. Don't worry about it if that's what it is. If you're doing money site stuff, then for pages you're going to want to have original content. For posts you can use curated content, which is what we always recommend. Okay, because it's more efficient. I'd rather use a curated article for a post than a shitty $2 content farm article, because that's just crappy content for the most part. For pages, like I said, if it's lead gen stuff, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You could get away with. As a matter of fact, the Pete Lucas case study that we were just talking about at the beginning of the Hangout was a test. And if Hernan dropped that video, you can see the case study video that we're talking about right here on the event page, and you'll see that Pete Lucas set up a test, and and I've known this to be true because of ATM sites that I build with Lead Gadget, that you can have pretty much the same content across hundreds, even thousands of pages, and they'll still rank for local. And it still does. I don't recommend it for money sites. I recommend that you have unique content for all the pages, but you can use content farms for that if you need to. But for money sites, absolutely, like big money sites or like client sites, you're going to want to use all original content that's high quality. Okay, and for that, just go find your own writer. It's good to have a relationship, to build a relationship with like a specific writer, because then they get to know what it is that you're looking for, and you get to know their style, so that you know that you have consistent content, a source for consistent content. Does that make sense? And so it's really worth like going to Upwork, interviewing a few. In fact, we just put out an entire training course under Mastery PR called Outsource Kingpin that will teach you how to set up like a hiring funnel and that kind of stuff. If you wanted, you could always put a writer on staff, or you could hire somebody on a per project basis, and you could actually interview some separate writers and find one that's a good fit for you. And that's a good way to do it. If you're going to make a true business out of this, you should have a relationship with a writer that you can always turn to for content needs. All right, that was it for him, right?